GEN3 4-minute emergency ballasts generally meet the requirements outlined in the National Electrical Code, specifically Article 700. It's important to understand the relevant sections of the code to confirm this. According to NEC 700.12a, emergency lighting systems are required to operate for a minimum duration. That minimum duration is at least 90 minutes. GEN3 4-minute emergency ballasts are typically designed to provide a runtime of up to 90 minutes. Because of this, they satisfy the duration requirements stipulated in the code. Secondly, it's crucial to verify compliance with NEC 700.12f. This section addresses specific requirements for emergency luminaires. In particular, it states that they should have a self-testing feature. GEN3 4-minute emergency ballasts will usually include built-in self-testing capabilities. This is designed to ensure that they will comply with the testing mandates. The self-testing feature periodically assesses the functionality of the ballast and the connected lamp. The result is that it verifies that the emergency lighting system is operating correctly. By meeting both the runtime requirements of 700.12 and the self-testing requirements of 700.12f, GEN3 4-minute emergency ballasts are commonly regarded as code compliant. Therefore, they can be safely employed in emergency lighting systems to satisfy NEC regulations. Now let's delve a bit deeper into the NEC requirements. This will help clarify why these ballasts are considered compliant. Article 700 of the NEC is entirely dedicated to emergency systems. It provides detailed guidelines for the installation, operation, and maintenance of emergency lighting and power systems. These systems are designed to automatically supply illumination and power to critical areas and equipment in the event of a failure of the normal power supply. These systems are essential for safety. The goal is to allow for the safe evacuation of occupants and the continuation of vital operations. NEC 700.12 specifically focuses on the capacity and sources of emergency systems. This section outlines the acceptable sources of power for emergency lighting. It establishes the requirements for the duration of operation and the testing of emergency systems. As previously stated, NEC 700.12 mandates a minimum runtime of 90 minutes for emergency lighting systems. This duration is deemed sufficient to allow building occupants to safely exit the premises. It also provides enough time for emergency responders to assess the situation. GEN3 4-minute emergency ballasts are engineered to meet or exceed this 90-minute runtime requirement. They typically incorporate battery backup systems that automatically activate when the normal power supply is interrupted. The batteries provide the necessary power to keep the connected lamps illuminated for the duration specified by the code. In addition to the runtime requirement, NEC 700.12f stipulates that emergency luminaires shall have a self-testing feature. This requirement is intended to ensure that emergency lighting systems are regularly tested and maintained. This is crucial to verify their operational readiness. Self-testing features vary in complexity, but they generally involve automatically testing the ballast, the battery, and the connected lamp. The tests are performed at predetermined intervals. The results of the test are indicated by visual or audible signals. This alerts maintenance personnel to any potential issues. GEN3 4-minute emergency ballasts typically incorporate advanced self-testing capabilities that comply with the requirements of NEC 700.12f. These ballasts often feature microprocessors that monitor the performance of the ballast, the battery, and the lamp. The microprocessors automatically conduct regular tests to ensure that all components are functioning correctly. The test results are usually indicated by light-emitting diodes or other visual indicators on the ballast. This allows for easy identification of any problems. It's important to note that while GEN3 4-minute emergency ballasts are generally considered code compliant, it is always essential to verify compliance with local codes and regulations. Local jurisdictions may have additional requirements or amendments to the NEC that must be followed. It is also important to consult with a qualified electrical engineer or inspector to ensure that the emergency lighting system is properly designed, installed, and maintained in accordance with all applicable codes and standards. Furthermore, it is crucial to select emergency ballasts that are listed and labeled by a recognized testing laboratory, such as Underwriters Laboratories or Intertek. Listing and labeling indicate that the ballasts have been tested and certified to meet applicable safety standards. This provides assurance that the ballasts are safe and reliable for use in emergency lighting systems. In summary, GEN3 4-minute emergency ballasts are generally code compliant and suitable for use in emergency lighting systems. They meet the runtime requirements of NEC 700.12 and the self-testing requirements of NEC 700.12F. However, it is important to verify compliance with local codes and regulations. Always consult with a qualified professional to ensure that the emergency lighting system is properly designed, installed, and maintained. Always choose listed and labeled ballasts to ensure safety and reliability. Let's consider a more detailed breakdown of how these ballasts function to meet NEC requirements. The ability of GEN3 4-minute emergency ballasts to meet the NEC 90-minute runtime requirement stems from their integrated battery backup systems. These systems are designed to seamlessly switch over to battery power when the normal AC power supply fails. Inside the ballast, there's a charging circuit that constantly monitors the AC power. When the power is present, the circuit keeps the battery fully charged and ready for use. The battery itself is usually a nickel-cadmium or nickel-metal hydride type. These types of batteries are chosen for their long lifespan and ability to deliver consistent power output. In the event of a power outage, a sensing circuit within the ballast detects the loss of AC power. This circuit then activates an inverter. The inverter converts the DC power from the battery into AC power. This AC power is then supplied to the lamp. The lamp then continues to provide illumination. The inverter is designed to deliver the correct voltage and current to the lamp. This ensures that the lamp operates at its designed light output level. The duration for which the ballast can power the lamp from the battery depends on the battery's capacity and the lamp's power consumption. GEN3 4-minute emergency ballasts are designed to provide a minimum of 90 minutes of runtime. This meets the NEC requirement. Many models offer even longer runtimes. This provides an extra margin of safety. The self-testing feature of GEN3 4-minute emergency ballasts is another crucial aspect of their NEC compliance. This feature automates the process of testing the ballast, the battery, and the lamp. This eliminates the need for manual testing. The self-testing feature typically involves a microprocessor that controls the testing process. The microprocessor runs regular diagnostic tests to assess the condition of the different components. These tests usually include a battery discharge test. During this test, the ballast switches to battery power. It then monitors the battery voltage and current. This is done to ensure that the battery can deliver the required power for the specified duration. The self-testing feature also includes a lamp test. During the lamp test, the ballast checks if the lamp is functioning correctly. The ballast checks if the lamp is producing the expected amount of light. If the self-testing feature detects any problems, such as a weak battery or a faulty lamp, it will provide an indication. The indication is typically a visual signal, such as a flashing light-emitting diode. This allows maintenance personnel to quickly identify and address any issues. Some advanced emergency ballasts can even communicate the test results to a central monitoring system. This allows for remote monitoring of the emergency lighting system. In addition to the specific requirements of NEC 700.12 and 700.12F, there are other NEC requirements that are relevant to emergency lighting systems. For example, NEC 700.16 requires that emergency lighting be arranged to provide illumination automatically in the event of a power failure. This means that the emergency lighting system must be designed to switch on instantly when the normal power supply is interrupted. GEN3 4-minute emergency ballasts are designed to meet this requirement. They have a rapid switching time. This ensures that the emergency lighting is activated without delay. NEC 700.26 requires that emergency lighting be tested periodically to ensure its proper operation. This testing can be performed manually or automatically using the self-testing feature. It's important to keep records of all testing. This documents that the emergency lighting system is being properly maintained. NEC 700.9 specifies the wiring requirements for emergency circuits. Emergency circuits must be kept separate from normal circuits. This minimizes the risk of a fault in the normal circuit affecting the emergency circuit. The emergency circuit should also be protected by overcurrent devices. This protects the circuits from damage in the event of a short circuit or overload. When installing GEN3 4-minute emergency ballasts, it's crucial to follow the manufacturer's instructions carefully. This will help ensure that the ballasts are installed correctly. Following instructions ensures that the ballast operates safely and reliably. It's also important to use the correct wiring methods. It's important to use the correct connectors. Make sure that the wiring complies with the NEC. This is an important step for safety. Before energizing the emergency lighting system, it's important to test it thoroughly. This includes verifying that the ballast switch to battery power correctly when the normal power supply is interrupted. Make sure the lamps are illuminated for the required duration. Also, check that the self-testing feature is functioning properly. In conclusion, GEN3 4-minute emergency ballasts are designed to comply with the NEC requirements for emergency lighting systems. They meet the runtime requirements of NEC 700.12a. They also meet the self-testing requirements of NEC 700.12f. By understanding the NEC requirements and following the manufacturer's instructions carefully, it's possible to install and maintain emergency lighting systems. This ensures that they provide reliable illumination in the event of a power failure. It is also important to stay up to date on any changes or amendments to the NEC. Staying current on NEC requirements ensures ongoing compliance. Emergency lighting is a critical safety feature in buildings. It is essential to prioritize compliance with the NEC. Compliance with the NEC helps protect lives and property.